Good morning, everyone. It is March 10th, 2018. I'm Eric. Here I am at DC Clothesline. Media shocked to learn who's behind the real scandal of the Douglas High School shooting. Of course, I can't put a title to this video that would indicate the topic, so I'm really not sure what I'm going to do about that. So, a few weeks ago, we broke the real story behind the school shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. We explained that the real reason of the shooting at Douglas occurred was because of the failed left-wing policies put in place by the Broward County School District and their accomplices at the Broward County Sheriff's Office. These policies allowed Nicholas Cruz to run afoul of the law on more than 30 different occasions, including acts of extreme violence, and still pass a background check when he went to purchase a gun. Of course, I'm at odds with whether Nicholas Cruz actually did the shooting in the first place. I'm also at odds of whether the event really happened. And you're going to see why here in a moment. Sadly, instead of covering the ongoing corruption of the law that has been happening in Miami-Dade and Broward counties since 2012, the media has chosen to focus their fire on gun control. Instead of worrying about guns, the media should be asking, how could local police pay 39 different visits to one student without that student ever spending significant time in prison or a psychiatric ward? They should be asking why the local police wouldn't share information about this high school kid with social services or other law enforcement agencies. The truth is that our laws and law enforcement procedures were enough to stop the school shooting before it ever happened, but because of corruption sowed by the Broward County School District and police leaders, those laws and procedures were ignored. If the procedures and laws had been followed, Cruz would have never been allowed to purchase a gun. He would have likely already been incarcerated, and he never would have had the opportunity to kill 17 people. This isn't a case about guns, and the answer isn't more gun control. No. Why do I have doubts concerning this shooting? Same website, DC Clothesline. The Curious Case of Parkland School Shooting Victim Kyle Lamont. And there's just so many inconsistencies with all of these fucking shootings that I just don't trust it. I don't trust it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I need to learn to be more trusting. But somehow I doubt it. Okay, yesterday Tony Meade posted on his Facebook page a YouTube video of 15-year-old Kyle Lamont, one of the wounded in the February 14th mass shooting incident at Marjorie Stone Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Soon after Meade published that post, Facebook issued him a stern warning that the post contains content that violates our terms of use, and unilaterally took it down, and that's the exact same thing I got. They were never specific as to what policy I had violated. Facebook's reason for taking down Mead's post. A post you made contains content that violates our terms of use is at once ambiguous and broad because Facebook's terms of service are many and numerous, without specifying which term of service Mead allegedly violated. But let's get down to this kid here. Number one, NBC reporter Kerry Sanders said a round of AR-15 tore through Kyle Lamont's ankle. New Health Advisor has a page. Can I walk on a fractured ankle? A fractured ankle is defined as when a bone at or near ankle joint breaks. Kyle Lamont's ankle was more than fractured, having been torn through by an AR-15 round. Kyle Lamont's ankle was shattered. At least, that's what should have happened, right? In the case of a fractured ankle, New Health Advisors say, it is usually very difficult to put weight on your fractured ankle, and you should not put any weight on your broken ankle for the first few weeks at least, most commonly 6 to 8 weeks. Just walk with assistance and shifting weight to the good foot. Some people even feel dizzy or sick, mainly due to the pain and shock of breaking their ankle. But, you know, over-the-counter pain meds will take care of that, right? They'll kill that pain. In Kyle Lamont's case, his ankle had just been torn through by a 223 round, or 5.56. How did he manage to not only walk, but run down 3 flights of stairs? He even had the presence of mind to give authorities a complete description of the shooter, what the shooter was wearing, and even the type of weapon he was using. Number 2, according to New Health Advisor, a fractured ankle is treated with a plaster cast. It is important to put your fractured ankle in a plaster cast for at least 6 weeks. When I broke my ankle, it was 8. In the NBC Today video, which was published to YouTube on March 2nd, 2018, just 16 days after Kyle Lamont's ankle had been torn through by a 223 or 5.56, his shattered, not fractured ankle was not in a plaster cast. Instead, in the screenshot below from the 41-second mark in the video, Lamont's leg is lifted with what appears to be a metal leg stabilizer. 3. The above image is curious for another reason. Lamont's foot doesn't seem to have toenails. Why is that? I've cropped the image and enlarged it. Is the foot a prosthetic? Number 4. Then there is the matter of Lamont's wandering leg. Here's a screenshot I took from the 12-second mark showing Lamont's wounded leg to be his right leg. But in the screenshot below at the 156 mark, the curvature of Lamont's body suggests the wounded leg is now his left leg. I had to really slow down the video in order to grab the screenshot, because right after the camera shows Lamont's wounded left leg, it quickly cuts away. So this is just another inconsistency, and there's numerous inconsistencies. I would think that with this many inconsistencies, that they didn't get their story straight, and now it just plain looks bad. Now recall the first interview I showed with the woman who I thought was too old to be a high school student, and how she said there had to be two shooters because she's spoken to the accused shooter, Currious, right? Made no mention of smoke grenades. Made no mention of the rifle he was supposedly had. And then you have the teacher who says that the shooter was dressed in full armor, head to toe, face mask, helmet, all of it, right? And then there's the still image of the white truck with the individuals dressed just like what the teacher described. And then you have the deputies who stood down and cowered, 3 of them behind their squad cars. Does any of this add up to you? Because it sure fucking doesn't add up to me. Just like the Vegas shooting. Where is the footage? The surveillance footage? Why won't they release it? The only logical reason I can think of for them to not release the surveillance footage is because their story is bullshit. From start to finish. So it really makes me question whether this event was real at all. Anyway, I thought I'd share this with you. Hope everyone has a great Saturday. Remember, kill the state and live free.